So I came across this article in LA Times, and I was actually pretty shocked that this wasn't bigger news amongst, black Twitter and whatnot. And in the LA Times article, what it says is that in California, some of the biggest cases, right, some of the most biggest cases when it comes to racial bias had to do with Latinos discriminating against black Americans. That's what it had to do. Because typically when you think about discrimination, they talk about, hey, you think about it as black and white. But no, you had Latino managers discriminating against black employees, calling them the N-word directly to their face. To one employee said, hey, it was dehumanizing. Calling them, a Spanish pejoratives for black people. Saying all this disrespect towards black Americans. And crazy enough, when they would report it to, the white manager in some cases, or the white higher up, they wouldn't do anything. Nothing was being done. In many cases, the white manager and the Latino manager were both harassing the black employee. We're both being racist towards the black employee. And I want people to understand this. There is no coalition between black Americans and any other group of people. You have to understand, everyone is in it for their team, for their group. Hispanics are in it for Hispanics. White people are in it for white people, okay? Asians are in it for Asians. That is how this is run. So all this, you want to think, I'm FBA, I'm non-FBA. Nobody cares. All the other groups, they don't care. I'm just letting you know what you need to decide, what we need to decipher, who is for black Americans. Now, if it happens to be an Asian person, sure, by all means. If it happens to be a white person, sure, by all means. If it happens to be, a Jamaican individual, sure, by all means. If it happens to be, whatever it is, if that individual happens to be for black Americans, and what I mean by being for black Americans, I mean for the empowerment, which would be constituting acquiring wealth and power, which would mean ownership. There are some cases where you have individuals who are lost from the tribe or ostracized, and they're like, hey, they're looking, well, I want to help you guys. All right, fine. But also understand, depending on the mindset, they very much can be an agent and be just destroyed from within, all right, or report back in order to get in, favorable, their graces. One thing Dr. Anderson says is that, one thing you do not want to be, and this is what, it seems to be the case, is that black Americans becoming a minor minority in the country, because now it's being taken over by Latinos, where they are the majority minority. And what you need to understand is that is no bueno. Because what you need to understand is if you are the minority, then you really have no power. You really have no say-so in this country. You're pretty much fed the crumbs of everyone else. If you get discriminated against, you have no one to call to. Because you don't have, as far as your lawyers, your doctors, your courtrooms, your schools, you don't have communities. And I understand they stripped that, but we got to build that up. If you're looking to be anywhere near competitive in the future, black Americans have got to build that up. The way you build that up is through ownership. You're going to have to start owning stuff, okay? We're going to have to start producing. That's cool if you want to be a basketball player and all those millions. I don't know where those millions are going, but they're clearly not going to black America, all right? It's clearly not happening. I don't know what to tell you, but you have to look at who's owning the team. You, the athlete, can be replaced because you're disposable, right? They can replace you at any time. There's nothing as far as that is mandatory to have LeBron or to have this individual or to have this individual. They can be replaced. There's always new and upcoming talent. The owner, that doesn't happen unless there's a board meeting and whatnot. And best believe the people on the board are very much friends with the owner. That's not how that works. As long as they keep making money, right? They don't care for the most part. Even when you come to lawsuits, you have to understand many of these companies, they have money set aside specifically for lawsuits. And they'll more often than not bleed you dry in court. So what you think you're gonna get and what you want and what you should be entitled to when being racially discriminated against as a black American, you're not even gonna get that. And what you do get, they don't care because that's a fraction of what they have reserved for actual lawsuits. What they've done is had people think, hey, you get yours. And you hear this idiocy being infected into some of the youth. Well, I'm going to get mine. I'm going to get mine. Nobody thinks like that, black man. Nobody thinks like that, black woman. You will not hear that when it comes to white people. You will not hear that, sure as hell, when it comes to Mexican people, Latino people. You will not hear that when it comes to Asian people. They may tell you, hey, get yours, forget everyone else, but that's not what they do. They don't practice what they preach to you. So please understand the hustle. There is no coalition. That does not exist. And why would it? I hate to say it, but why wouldn't you, as far as treat someone however you want to treat them, right? When it comes to Latino managers, why not? What are you going to do? Who are you going to cry to? We own the system. When it comes to the courts, what do you think you're going to get? I mean, honestly, when you have no resources, when you have no wealth and power, you are pretty much, I hate to say it, but a slave to some degree. To some degree. If they won't even recognize your humanity, then what are you? In a capitalist-run society, if you don't own anything, especially as a group of people, you are meaningless. Your vote doesn't mean anything. Because guess what? The people in power, or people who are put in these positions of politicians and whatnot, they have a duty, fiduciary duty, to the people who put them there, right? The people who put money on the books. Do they not? That's how it's run. Hey, you scratch my back, I scratch yours. So if you're a group of people who have no money to put on the books, who are you? You didn't help me get into office. You didn't help me when it came to marketing. You didn't help me advertise. What do I owe you? Well, oh, because the country did you wrong historically? Okay, and how does that impact me? And you start to realize how few friends you have in these streets. How few friends you've had historically. All right? We're a unique group of people, and we need to realize that. No other group of people have done what we have done. No one. Okay? Everyone else is immigrants. We are not. You need to empower yourself about yourself and understand the nonsense that is happening and the nonsense that is being plagued and just polluting your minds. Everyone's in it to attain wealth and power for their group, because they know upon attaining that, then they can change the world how they want. They can change the country according to how they desire. So gotta snap out of it. That's what needs to happen. Anyways, guys, that's a video. Let me know what you guys think. Whether or not you believe Lucas. There you go, talking about that race stuff, all right? We're all Americans, okay? We're all in this together, okay? We got to help one another. Or if you don't believe, historically, that's never been the case. Even presently, in modern times, that's not the case, okay? You keep saying that up until somebody says something on CNN, and then you want to say, oh, this is anti-white. Not anti-American, anti-white. You keep saying that up until something happens, you know, BLM 2020. Oh, this is black on black crime or something. Yeah, they keep saying that, but notice their action. Notice their actions when it actually happens and it impacts their group. They get on code real quick, okay? Now, if you happen to disagree with this video, you're more than welcome to call in during disagreement days. And those are typically held Friday through Sunday. There'll be a number on screen. You call in, we duke it out. Either or, hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, please feel free to like, share, comment, subscribe. Oh, that fun stuff. Till next time, guys, be amazing. There is no coalition between Black Americans and any other group of people.